This is He Knows Everything, bringing you that heat and fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the Knicks. We keeping the foot on the what? On the
Go ahead,
Knicks. Let's talk about it, man. Terence Crawford. Why did you cheat? You strike me as a guy who supposedly has ethics, morals, and values. Why did you cheat? See, when a guy's a cheater, you have to start putting two and two together. You have to start asking yourself, where did the cheat start? We're going to have a personal conversation here. The cheating started in the avocado fight. If you guys want to know who Avocado is David Ayan Vincent, however the fuck you want to say his name. It doesn't matter. Who gives two cows fucks? He used that fight, and I see now why he fought that fight. He used that as a fight to ingratiate, install, and initiate his loading and gloving for Spence and Crawford. It was his test trial. That's why he took that tune-up fight. Because he was petrified. He was scared. How do you go from being a scared and a petrified a chihuahua walking behind that damn fence to big dog status? I'm going to explain why. See, in that fight, he saw two things that were prevalent and two things that he could use in the Spence and Crawford fight. First, he understood the contract was set up to be a bilateral. Remember, he was still negotiating Spence and Crawford. And if you understand, Terence Crawford got all of his demands. Let's not forget that. He got all of his demands. One of those demands was, look here, man. We don't have to have VADA testing. Let us have a fight to where it's mano y mano. See, he understood Spence just wanted the fight at 147. Spence wanted the undisputed fight. Spence wanted to make sure that he let the world know that I wasn't ducking this guy. Everybody knows who I want next is Terence Crawford. Spence got worn out with the negotiations and everything that was associated behind the negotiations and all of that. But people are like, man, but why would he ruin his career and all of that? See, this is the thing. When boxers give fans what they want, they go at what's called a liability. They go at what's called a jeopardy of themselves. This is why people hate Floyd Mayweather. This is why people hate Andre Ward. But those guys said, fuck boxing fans. I'm going to do shit the way I want to do it. And I don't care how y'all see it. And then that's why they get exposed for it. But Spence said, you know what? I'm going to give the fans what they want. And in giving you guys what he wanted and what y'all wanted, what ends up happening? Bilateral contract is signed. Terence Crawford in the avocado fight realized that, you know what? My gloves can be loaded. It can be padded. I can beat up a boxer to a level to where it looks like I have this out of the world power. I have this extraordinary power. I have this, bone breaking power. I have this neurological damage power. It's the things that make you say. It's the things that make you say. Nowadays, they just make anybody a fucking doctor. Anybody can put on scrubs. Anybody can say, my name is Dr. Edwards, and I'm here to diagnose, and I'm here to basically give you a prognosis on Errol Spence. Yes, I was at the fight, and I was telling my wife, who fucking talks like that? And then be on a pro bud channel. Be on a pro bud fucking channel and does that nonsense. Come on, man. Y'all really got to start thinking out here in these boxing streets. But anyways, let's get back onto what we're really talking about here. And then on top of that, let me ingratiate these new snacks that Victor Conte especially formulated for me. See, you got a lot of Rudy Poo and Plum Brain, classic Doden Troglodyte, ultra fanboy, ultra fangirl, ultra fanboy, and ultra fangirl with the rhetorics. Boxing fans that are sitting here telling you, well, I bought snack too. No, you bought the cheap supplement. Remember, there's what's that's put out on the market. It's like drugs. It's like the pharmacy. You got the shit that's on the counter. What y'all bought is the shit that's on the counter. Then there's that shit that's behind there. You know the shit that you need a prescription for? The strength level is different. There's levels to this shit. There's years. What these boxers take from a snack variation is different. It's that stuff you need a prescription for. Meaning it's undetectable PEDs. Terence Crawford had a turtleback for the first time in his boxing career. Terence Crawford was bigger than Errol Spence at the weigh-in. Terence Crawford was more rehydrated. Terence Crawford was more bigger in terms of body mass. That overnight shit is all what we call performance enhancement drugs. Performance enhancement drugs is what it is. Performance enhancement drugs. Listen to the vernacular. Performance enhancement drug.
Go ahead.
Snack is a drug, but it's a performance enhancement variation. Let me say it again. Snack is a drug, but it's a performance enhancement variation. So Terence Crawford, you got to ask yourself, because this is not about me. This is more so about you. You got to live with yourself in the mirror. When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you tell yourself you want a credible fight? When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you tell yourself you actually did what you were supposed to get the job done? It's the things that make you say, It's the things that make you say, you didn't do what you were supposed to. So don't sit here and try to run this cockamamie nonsense that all of a sudden you did something that was so great. You did something that was such of a hoopla. You did something that was such of what we would say great display of boxing. Terence Crawford is defensively irresponsible. Terence Crawford has never stopped opponents bigger, more durable, more built for tough, more built to steady and sturdy like Errol Spence. But all of a sudden he could do that. Terence Crawford's never shown punching resistance to where he got guys' face swelling up after round one. Where's the proof? It wasn't in the Sean Porter fight. It wasn't in the Kell Brook fight. It wasn't in Hank Lundy fight. It wasn't in Gamboa's fight. It wasn't against Ricky Burns. It wasn't against Victor Postol. Heck, Juan Molina was hitting this motherfucker with combinations. It wasn't even in that fight. It wasn't against Jeff Horn. It wasn't against Amir Khan. And Amir Khan was probably, supposedly, his best performance to date. And Amir Khan didn't even look like that. It wasn't against Jose Benavidez. So where's the proof that this guy right here really has bone-breaking neurological damage power? The only way that you can get something like this is by loading and padding your gloves. The only way that you can get something like this is through what's called performance enhancement drug. Notice how they rhyme. Loading and padding your gloves. Performance enhancement drugs. So Terence Crawford, you are a double cheater. I know, motherfucker. You and I know the truth. Like Tupac told Nas. You and I know the truth, motherfucker. You and I know the truth. You're a cheater. I see right through you. You had to cheat because you were petrified and scared that you were going to be tactically aggressed. You were going to be technically punched. You were going to be body snatching worked. You understood a levying onslaught. You understood a conglomeration of punishment. You understood punishment nevertheless was going to find you. So you had to cheat. At the end of the day, I don't have to live with this. You have to live with your actions. We all have to live with the consequences of our action. And the consequence of your action is you are a double cheater. Not one, but two. Let me say it again. You are a double cheater. Not one, but two, because you loaded. You padded your gloves. You mastered this against David Avocado. And then you started taking performance enhancement drug from David Avocado's fight, leading up and building to the Spence and Crawford. Don't take my word for it. Go look to see if there was VADA testing actually done in this fight. There was no VADA testing. Go look to see if Terence Crawford took his gloves off at the end of the fight. Most fighters are always clamoring immediately, take these fucking gloves off of me. They're annoyed by that. Why did he hold on to it? is because Bomac and them had to hide the fact that those gloves were loaded and they were padded. That's why Bomac is now running his mouth saying, the goalpost is going to get moved. Yeah, of course it's going to get moved. Because it's the goalpost of cold-hearted, unadulterated, and cutthroat truth-telling fashion. Spence fans are not stupid. We see right through the nonsense. We see right through the fuckery. We see right through the bullshittery. We see right through everything for what it is. And Terence Crawford, you talking about getting your belt out? I'm getting my belt out and I'm whipping you with the truth. And I'm whipping you with that cold-hearted truth. I'm whipping you with that unadulterated truth. And I'm whipping you with the cutthroat truth-telling fashion truth. You get out of line, I'm going to whip you with this truth. That's right, motherfucker. You get out of line, I'm going to whip you with this truth. The truth is, you are a double cheater. That's the cold-hearted. That's the unadulterated. That's the cutthroat truth-telling fashion. P.S. You have to live with this, not me. You have to live with the fact that you were petrified, you were scared, and all you could do is run to cheating. And it makes sense. Because when the guy is the most durable boxer in boxing, a guy who's never been dropped, a guy who's never shown that punching resistance can affect him, but all of a sudden is affected by you, we're left to say it's a things that make you say, It's a things that make you say, This is He Knows Everything. Checking out. No. Before I leave, Terence Crawford, you should be ashamed of yourself. If I ever see you, man, I'm going to get my belt out and I'm going to whip the truth out of your ass. I'm going to make the world say that you are a double cheater. This is He Knows Everything. Checking out.